right, hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Dirk Lueth, co-founder, co-CEO of Upland. Just curious, raise my hands, who has heard about Upland? A few people, okay. So I'm going to talk about a little bit, the open metaverse, what we just heard with Jamie also, but also how to actually do it to build something here. All right, so we know that the problems of Web3, we've heard it many times, that, there's a lack of true ownership, actually users gives up the data, and, the technical differences, and all these problems which we have. When we then go to Web3, is actually, or the open metaverse is actually where we say, okay, first of all, we need to have the right mindset for contributors, because the risk of what we're having is that, all the Web3 builders start to build their own style or their own app again, and they don't want to give up on others, right, in competition with other Web3 applications. But this is very important when you want to be part of the open metaverse. Then we talk about progressive decentralization, was also part of the talk before, because people, we cannot start immediately with everything 3.0, because just technically it's impossible to do that. So you have to gradually slowly move into it. That also means when you develop standards, it takes a while, right? First of all, you have those standards, you create maybe multi-portability, you can go from one world to the other, or interoperability when it becomes really ubiquitous, you can use it everywhere. But at the end of the day, you want to really the user to be in control of everything, the user should be in the center. But you cannot just start, something on top and then go top down. You have to start somewhere. You have to start with an app, and that's actually what we say. We have to start somewhere, and that's what we did actually with Upland. We're somehow the OG in the space. We launched in closed beta already in 2019. But our mission is to really build together with others, right? It's not just us, but really the largest digital open economy.
You've seen the llama, you've seen the hype, you've seen Upland, and now it's time to jump in. So what is Upland? Upland is the super app that is powering an ecosystem of players, creators, developers, entrepreneurs, and brands in the open metaverse. It is fast becoming the central home and hub for many diverse communities and players to elevate their digital life. Technology is changing the way we interact with each other, the things we do online, the economy. Technology is changing it all, and Upland is at the forefront of that change. The Upland Metaverse is a new land of opportunity, creativity, and diversity. Upland is a global community of players from all over the world, and we're on a mission to build the largest open digital economy where people can choose from a wide variety of possibilities. Racing, esports, music, and even football communities are coming together in Upland and creating deep connections with each other and brands in a way that's never been possible before. Upland empowers players to pursue their passions and build their lives and businesses, all with true ownership. In Upland, anyone can buy, build on, and flip virtual real estate. Players can collect and sell sports memorabilia from their favorite athletes. They can build their dream house or a factory. They can even create a business with Upland Meta Ventures and sell their digital assets to others. Players can own, drive, sell, and race the car of their dreams. They can explore games and experiences that use Upland as a discovery gateway and connect to its economy. Players can collect, sell, and show off artwork, connect and socialize with old and new friends, and so much more. In Upland, we really are creating for the open metaverse together and rebuilding the world block by block, and we're doing it with creators and players just like you.
All right, so I have to really rush. I had only 10 instead of 15 minutes, but explaining a little bit where we stand. So we sold over 6 million NFTs so far. We have over 3 million registered accounts. Our people coming back quite often, so 60% D7 retention was important for a game. We're based in Silicon Valley, and as I said, we launched an open beta actually in 2020. So our strategy was always to focus on a mass market. You might have heard less about us. Everyone heard about Decentraland and Sandbox, but we always said we want to go not just after crypto aficionados, after normal people also. Let's say we said a mobile first. So from day one, from 2020 on, we were actually in iOS and Android stores, right? That was also very unique because the way we constructed the whole app. We were hiding all the complicated blockchain stuff, so our users don't have to deal with passphrases and keys and so on. And we allow our users to pay our in-app currency with US dollars, PayPal, credit card, but they also can extract monetary value. So like, by selling their NFTs to other players for US dollars, you have to go through KYC for that. But overall, like this, they exchange for over $10 million already. And what is most important, because we're a US-based company, we really want to be regulatory compliant. Result is that we have attracted a lot of non-crypto users. So we started out actually basically, we took the idea of monopoly, we took the real world, and then everyone understands it, and of course when we put it on the blockchain. So we are right now in over 30 cities, mainly in the US, a few in South America, 4 in Europe. London's actually open, and in Tokyo. You don't have to be in those cities to play, you just purchase land there, and then you can build on it, you earn starting a yield, you complete a collection, and then you can increase actually your yield. So very quickly, the player experience is as the following. So first of all, you download the app, you see your globe, you zoom in. So like here, you zoom into New York, you zoom in even further, and you see this little property. And you can say, hey, I want to buy this property. Right now, it costs 7.5 million APEX, which is $7,500. So New York is very expensive, as London is, but we also Detroit, so where you can purchase land for maybe $2 or $3. But today, Upland is what we call a Metaverse super app. It's basically we're giving the users a broad set of capabilities, what they can do. Not everything is loading here, unfortunately. But as you can see, they can socialize. They can go in 3D rooms, 3D cafes, hang out together, right? They can run and operate their shops there. They can play, race cars, play football. There's so much things, but they're always coming together in doing things, in communities or so-called nodes. But the user is at the center of everything. So either you have an avatar, your Ready Player Me avatar, or also your game piece for different purposes. So what is very important is really for us to have this engaged community. So as you can see here, this little video, what happened in Las Vegas. We actually in June, we had over, people coming from all over the world, flying in Japan, Australia, Israel, to Las Vegas just to be with us and to celebrate, our actually annual Genesis Week, how we call it. So even though we are currently in a market downturn, we constantly sell out everything we promote, right? Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Of course, it's a little bit less the activity than it was in early 21. But when we launch a new city, which is very competitive, we're selling it out very quickly. Or when we're selling new cars, they're selling out. Also, we have a partnership with FIFA. So if you want to get to the goal of Messi's goal, you have to go actually to Upland to buy it as an NFT. So that's the place where you can get it. So this makes us now by far the largest metaverse out there. Now you're surprised, never heard about Upland, some of you maybe, but that's actually a fact when you take the landowners. So, when you take the 3 largest other metaverses which are out there, we're still 5 times larger. So we have roughly 300,000 landowners at the moment. We have bought a system of ecosystem stakeholders besides the players. So one is what we call entrepreneurs. They can run and operate so-called meta ventures. Just like in the real world, you have a shop where you can sell either your own digital assets or you sell other people's assets on their behalf. So you can do that. Then we have, of course, the creators who can use generative AI if they want, of course, externally, right? But they design stuff and they can give it to the entrepreneurs who then sell it for you. Then we have a lot of partners. I mentioned FIFA. In the US, we have the NFLPA, we have UNICEF, and a few others we're working with. And because we are a Metaverse super app, we launched our third-party developer platform where you can now connect Web 2 and Web 3 applications directly to Upland. And I know that user acquisition is a big problem for most users, for most companies. You can actually benefit from our economy and our users because they can actually go into your experience, and it's completely your own experience. It doesn't have to look like Upland. People just taking their assets with them, right? Which is quite groundbreaking. I think no one is really doing it out there. So I'll give you one concrete example. So everything we do around cars. So in Upland, we have car racing. So you can buy a car, then you can, you can have a shop. And very soon we also introduce, where you have to actually take a car when you want to go from A to B. So for instance, right now, when you want to go from San Francisco to New York, you actually have to take a plane. It takes money and time. On purpose, it's part of the gamification. We built that in. But we're creating this vast this car economy where actually you can have maybe designers who design the car, they manufacture the cars, then you have showrooms, these are actually shops already. Not all of that is already existing, but you get to just either you're a player or an entrepreneur, you create your own income, not by speculating, but by creating value on the platform. Also, you can connect, we're currently talking to a few, to connect the third-party racing game to Upland. Then last but not least, we of course also want to be sustainable open. One is, we are on the, we want to be a carbon negative metaverse. So we have done that in the past. We continue doing that. And we have a lot of partnerships, with UNICEF, Breast Cancer Association, Susan G. Komen. And also we're supporting very strongly Ukraine. Also because we have over 70 people in the Ukraine, of course, we're really feeling with them. Then also we're pushing a lot the open metaverse. I mentioned the developer platform where users can go into one world and come back. So that's one thing. We have a token portal as a player, so you can actually export your token to OpenSea or whatever and can import them back. That's also something which is live. Then we co-founded, and I'm currently chairman of the Open Metaverse Alliance for Web3. So you see the URL on the bottom here, oma3.org. So what is important here, we're together with Yuga Labs, with Animoca Brands, Decentraland, Sandbox, they're all in there in the board. And we're trying really, what we're trying to do, and I have actually my colleagues speaking here soon on the panel as well, is really to bring forward the idea of that, everything's interoperable, that you can walk easily as a user, you're at the center from one world to the other. So we launched, for instance, portaling demo now, so where you're in one world and then you see actually already the other world while you're in the same world. It's very exciting. Then you just jump through that portal. It's not live yet, of course, but we're still working around that. But there's a lot of, stay tuned, a lot of interesting announcements for the whole Web3 economy coming soon. Then we also started as Upland another initiative which is called Species. You see here species.io, the old bounced. And the idea is you can go there, there's a Swiss foundation. When you want to create a standard for life in the metaverse, you want to start maybe a gorilla or a dog or a plant, you can do that, not just for Upland, but for all of the metaverse. So that's currently in the making also. Last but not least, bringing forward, I wrote a book, Navigating Metaverse, which is a bestseller. And then also with Dean Takahashi from VentureBeat, I did the podcast, so if you want to listen into that. So then the latest news is, as a US company, we actually never had a tradable token. That's the reason you heard less about us, because we have to be very compliant with US regulation. However, in the context of the Ripple ruling, there's a new opportunity now. And we just announced, just to our community, we didn't make a big press release around it yet, our white paper. And the idea is that we have a token which is called Spark, which is a token you need to build something in Upland. So when you want to build a house, you need to stake Spark. The more you build, the faster, the more you stake, the faster you build. You can also stake for others. So, but at the end of the day is, you create worlds, create manufacture assets with it, and so on. And the nice thing is we launched it already 2 years ago, and we have over 130,000 stockholders. And our idea is to actually, the people can export it to Ethereum. Then we divide it, actually, because today, one Spark was $460. It's quite a lot when you want to launch 1 unit. So we're going to divide it by 1,000, right? And then we're going to have 1,000 Spark. That's called then Sparklet. And of course, we want to have it voting of our community, should we do that or not. It's not just us deciding it, decentralized, our community should stand for it. So do they accept the white paper? Do they say yes to the white paper or no? And then, of course, we will then follow the objective to be listed on exchanges. So summary and timeline, I really had to rush through, sorry I'm speaking very fast, but so we started out with the infrastructure as a property trading game, very simple stuff. We built the payment infrastructure with any of our partners can benefit from. Then we have, we created actually the platform, entrepreneurs, creators can come on board. And now we think we'll come up with what we call marketing-wise. There's a super app that means, we integrate other apps. And we're going to develop also our GGC platform further, interoperability, launch a tradable token. And eventually, since we're based on the real world, we are going to one day, of course, doing stuff digital. That means you do stuff in the real world and continue then in the virtual world and other ways around. Whew. If you want to find out more, I hope my time is, if you want to find out more, find us on upland.me or contact us partnerupland.me, or you can download also on the app stores. So thank you, but I'm still around here today, and if you have any questions, feel free. Thank you.